Hey guys, it's Chris here in Davao. I just wanted to have a little chat with you guys and I think of some information that might be useful should you be traveling to Davao or anywhere in the Philippines. Actually, going to find the world similarities. Okay, so let's look at arriving at the airport. There are tricks that the taxi drivers, for example, will follow you. And it's not that they may be deliberately doing it in every case, but I think it's an opportunistic situation. And what you'll find, for example, certainly in Manila, I noticed people, and even in when I arrived with a ferry in Dumaguete, is that you'll find, let's talk about the airports, you'll find that a rush of people will come to you as you're coming out the exit, towards the exit, so that kind of over. And these are individuals who just think to be quick to run up to you and they will say they will give best price. Of course, they will try and talk to you, befriend you, and in some ways try to gauge where it is that you are. For example, they say, like, where do you come from? So you say, like, from America or Brazil or somewhere, quite a million miles away. They kind of use that as a tool to leverage how much money they can charge you or scam you. And what I mean by that is they realize if you travel that far, you're pretty tired. And most cases, I imagine, travelers coming into the Philippines, if you come from that sort of distance, you will be just wanting to get back or get into your hotel. You just want to get out of all the noisy, busy, getting your luggage, picking things up, dealing with, documentation stuff, and that whole process you want to just eliminate. So you'll find that they know this and they use this fact that you are tired and you might make a rash decision. So look out for these guys because they're the ones who are really going to rip you off. They'll just tag you, pass you on to some driver who could be any driver, maybe an official or an authorized right driver, and he will be off with you. And then when you arrive the other side, you can't haggle with him because he's already stated. He's kind of predetermined the price he's going to give you for it. You can ask for it. The other one is you'll find as you walk further through that bunch, it comes to the second bunch, which is like just before you get to the main taxi stand. These are the ones who may have friends or they may have non-authorized taxi services or certainly services that are not authorized by the airport. So you arrive there, they're happy to drop the price for you. You have to negotiate and haggle a little bit, but make sure you do that because if you don't do that on the onset, when you arrive on the other end, they're going to say something to you. It's not much you can argue about it or what you want to argue with. So just be careful of that. Last but not least is the white, yellow, or yellow taxis or other colors. Before I arrived, I checked out and said that white taxis are the official ones, certainly in Manila anyway. They're the official ones to operate from the airport. And they tend to be a little bit blasé about the way they approach you or you when you approach them. They kind of like just, some of the 3 times I've been out to Manila and back, is that they kind of have drivers and the drivers don't really seem to have much to say about what happens. They just being told, okay, the customer, and the guy sends him over and he picks you up and throws the stuff at the back. But what tends to happen is if you don't negotiate the price or say at least, if it's a meter, I need to be on a meter. I need it to be on a meter. They generally are a meter, but sometimes, and I found some one occasion, they haven't switched the meter on. Yeah, even though I've said so. So unless you are keeping a bit sharp, or which you probably are in time, is that you mention it to again, look, can I see the meter? Because it's kind of like near the gear stick. So can I see the meters running? And before he rolls off from the airport, make sure that's ticking. But another thing to look out for is these guys are smart. They know how to work it. They'll talk to you, befriend you, ask you many, many things like where you're from, family, how many times you've been there, and that's the catch. The minute you say, that's my first time, they'll snag you. They realize they can then put a price on it, even as a meter. And I'll tell you why. Because in this situation, me and my brother, we went probably, I'd say 9 kilometers from the airport. Yes, in another county. And what happened was, I said, yeah, okay, it's on a meter, I can see it's running a meter. But while he's talking to us in a distraction way, I'm sure it was purposeful, he kind of fiddled around with his meter, and he kept fiddling around with his meter a lot during that trip until like 8 o'clock in the evening. And what happened was we didn't have a lot of traffic, but when we arrived there, suddenly instead of looking at a figure which we quoted at about 1,500, he said 3,000. And I said, show me that. So he said, here's the meter. He showed us the meter. He couldn't argue with that. That substantiated the fact that that's what he calculated. He didn't calculate. That's what the meter says you have to pay. But I think there are settings on those meters with buttons they've got that they can change that. They can change the mile per kilometer or the kilometer rates or something like that. And just add it up even more. Because they start you off like a 40%, a 40 peso star off, and it can increase depending on how many miles you do. But there's no way we cover 3,000 PSP. So we have to bite the bullet on that. But this is something to look out for. If he's talking to you, try and keep it minimized and get him focused on his driving. Watch his hand as he's fiddling around down maybe getting anyone. Because this is something I'm certainly don't know about. Guys, I hope that's helpful. And keep an eye on who you actually get to come and collect you. For example, the best thing I would do is to get, and I've done this several times now, I've been here 9 months, is to download like 4 or 5 applications. One is Joyride, Maxim, what's the other one? Anchors, and Move It, and there's a few others. Download them, have them on your phone, and you can actually, on the app, you can say you're going from the airport to wherever, and it comes up with a price. You can see the price. That's not negotiable. You can tip obviously, and that means that's the price you're going to pay, whether it's in a car or a motorcycle or bicycle you use. But that is your safest route, and it also stops there being any argument or any difference of opinions. Right? So to do that, download these apps before you arrive, and then once you're here,